Hello everyone, Pineapple Apple here with the fourth part of Once and Future. And boy is it a doozy. Maybe better than last time, as that ended up being my least liked of the series so far. And this episode differs pretty drastically, taking characters from many times, whereas the last story had one concrete setting. Two's Company by Lisa McMullen is a pretty good mix of writing, acting, and mixing of personalities. But after the debacle of Part 2's cover controversy, the next biggest issue for some fans was the Dartboard allegations. And if you don't know what the Dartboard references to Big Finish are, it's a shorthand term for what we call when there's a very strange collection of characters, as if the people at Big Finish put a bunch of characters on a dartboard and selected via way of, well, darts. This episode, and the spoilers are starting early, features 6, Jackie sometime between the Christmas invasion and the New Year, as she knows about the Doctor's two hearts, but it says it's 2006. The Christmas invasion technically being Christmas 2006, due to the year jump in the Sylvain two-parter, a pre-Planet of the Dead Lady Christina D'Souza, an older Harry Sullivan, and the Time Lord renegade known as the Two. So while these characters do all fit into the setting, it is a strange balance. And while there are some strange moments, for the most part, these characters are interwoven very well, as we'll see when we get into the story. We start the episode with the third Doctor, played by Tim Treloar, getting a letter with a kiss on it, which, based on hints given by Jackie, is almost certainly from River's song, directing him to Harry. But we shift perspectives to Jackie, played excellently by Camille Kaduri. And boy, they may not be used to their fullest, but I would listen to a whole box set of Six and Jackie, or just more stories with Christina and either of them. As said before, the thing this episode does well is balancing dynamics. Jackie finds rich-looking jewellery while cleaning Rose's room, but it induces a vision as soon as she fiddles with the thing. And she puts it on. A weird invasion of privacy, but okay. And with Harry Sullivan impressioned by Christopher Naylor, who plays the character regularly as he attempts to open a time portal for the Doctor. Well, not the Doctor, but Harry seems to think he is, played by Michael Maloney. The portal is interrupted by the arrival of the TARDIS, which Harry goes out to investigate, the Two ordering him not to tell his past self about anything, so to not destroy the universe and such. Etc., etc. So, Harry meets the Doctor, which puts Harry on the back foot, knowing which Doctor it is, unable to wrap his head around how this incarnation knows him. Their interactions are fun, 3 just about as degrading as 4 in moments when it comes to the medical doctor. 3 arrived here after getting the letter we talked about before. Harry bumbles for a bit, trying to steer the Doctor from the building. The TARDIS freaking out due to Harry's leaning on the console, and the Doctor is set off, degenerating into good old Sixie, played by Colin Baker as usual, who is just as brash as any other incarnation with Harry. Poor Harry, such a toxic relationship he has. Harry Sullivan is an imbecile! Six manages to easily get out of Harry that there's no one else around bar a future version of him, Harry being strong-armed into showing him around, but cleverly making sure he only sees just enough to keep him satisfied. Jackie gets some good jokes, calling Rose, and on some hard times is looking to work for Christina, reprised by Michelle Ryan, who gets confused at what type of job Jackie is after. But after their initial confusion, as I said thanks to River's song, they get on like a house on fire. And while it shouldn't work, the writing and performances of these two work together far too well.
So that was me out of a job at the mini-mart, and here I am.
Yes, here you very much are.
I should stop talking, shouldn't I? My mouth runs like a leaky tap. Oh, shut up.
Don't you dare. I want to hear all about the ding-dong at New Year's.
Harry gets a rundown of the plot, and the Doctor is shepherded by him to a misdirection of a lab, rather jarringly shifting to Jackie and Christina laughing their asses off in the middle of their talks. Six uses Harry's tech to find a compound he thinks played a key role in the degeneration process, toxic to Time Lords specifically, called esoterium. 6 using Harry's sample to sense another on-planet, rushing off to find it as the two parts call to each other, working like a key and lock within the Two's portal. Jackie is having fun at her new job until a room of horrid China dolls, which, other than being a nice little creepy set piece, in retrospect does feel a little out of place in the story, as Jackie's necklace keys into some sort of psychic phenomenon, bringing the dolls' creepy voices to life, so real that both women are freaked out, rushing from the building. The reason it happens is due to the necklace, which will become integral to the plot, so it does make sense from a writing the narrative perspective, but it feels so disjointed from the story as an idea. It's fine, but it just feels a little too off the track in the story's pacing and narrative-wise. I like the creep factor, but perhaps the idea of what the necklace does to summon creepy, threatening doll voices should have been expanded upon, as I don't see how disruptions in time allow creepy dolls to come to life. Harry briefs the two, who has a pretty entertaining rapport with the one, and they send Harry out to fetch the new piece. Jackie and Christina get in a row as she gets interested in the necklace, and Jackie thinks she's accusing her of nicking it. But they find online a hefty sum being offered for its sale, thanks to one of Christina's dodgy friends. So with Jackie in need of a little cash, they head out to the auction house to meet with her friend Jonty, played by Charlie Teague. After some strange but funny discussion about Lady and the Tramp and the Aristocats. Jonty is a fun little side character but doesn't get much to do beyond being your typical homosexual stereotype acting. You know the type of stereotype I'm talking about here.
Hello, necklace. Show me the sparkles.
But he's fine while he's here. Jackie calls Rose for the millionth time, deciding that if the necklace needs to be saved, she can stop the sale with the TARDIS, while Six and a mystery man on the phone try to outbid each other. The Doctor failing and getting quite disgruntled. Jonty very unsympathetic, as Six blames Jackie for distracting him, but the necklace is already being taken by Harry. Six introduces himself, which gets a great reaction out of Jackie, freaking out as she thinks that he must have done something to Rose while they've been gone, eventually getting it around her head that this one doesn't know her. This interaction gives Six a brainstorm, realizing that whoever Harry is with can't be him, and he gets interrogated by the ladies. The necklace, of course, as I'm sure you can guess, is the other piece of Esoterium. Christina is unbelieving, but as Jackie backs him up, she takes it in her stride. We get another good interaction as they need to get to the unit facility, with only Christina's bike. Not enough room for the three of them on it, so Six gets stuck in the rickety sidecar. The mental visual of him being put in there like a pouting child, far funnier than it should be, as while Jackie finds the ride fun, Six suffers immensely.
Are you alright down there, Doctor?
Oh, not really. I've experienced better suspension on a Venusian space hopper.
After Six Time Lord splains time travel to Jackie some more, the trio break in while the two gets Harry to activate the portal for the two to jump through, as the one verbally abuses him. And it's so sad that either Harry still thinks the two is the Doctor and is accustomed to the abuse, or is just too sweet for his own good and hasn't noticed these negative traits. The group break in via window thanks to a drain pipe and Christina's laser cutter, and come upon a trapped hallway, where Jackie's skills come in pretty useful, even if it ends up being a bit of a cop-out, as Jackie just so happens to perfectly throw a tennis ball, ricocheting into many specific points under threat of death. It's fun, don't get me wrong, but does make you roll your eyes. They come upon another trap, this time Christina's skills being used, apparently using her circus skills to balance on light fittings like a trapeze, which I just can't picture in my mind. I have no idea what's going on. No, seriously, I even googled light fittings because I thought, wow, I must be thinking of the wrong things, but no, I just don't get how you would trapeze on one. I mean, maybe if she Tarzan swang on some low-hanging lights it would work? I honestly don't understand what they were going for. Six starts to wonder how they all came together, clearly being pulled together by River, and Six manages to find Harry's hidden lab. The portal is up and running as the two had already gone through, so Six follows, ending up in 1963. Because of course that's when he ends up. And apparently, if you take stock in the TARDIS wiki, a song from John Smith and the Common Men plays in the background. The band being heard in An Unearthly Child and The War Machine. A nice little throwback. Jackie and Harry share a pretty good interaction comparing their opinions on swanning off with the Doctor, and Harry lets slip about how he was tricked by the two. The convo goes nowhere, but it is a nice thing to have in the story. The two's plan is revealed due to clear exposition trying to sabotage the TARDIS before the First Doctor can take off, being interrupted by Six as he drops the title. The two's performance is actually pretty good, as he takes these desperate actions in order to remove the Doctor from his future, thinking his life with his other selves would be so much better without the Doctor interfering, describing an unseen adventure where the Doctor stranded him at unit to learn a lesson. Six wants to help the two, but he's unreceptive and unable to stop Six as he runs deeper into the TARDIS. The TARDIS goes funky as Six fucks with the two, using the telepathic circuits to muddle with his perceptions. The TARDIS herself playing mind games with him until he submits. Once again, another idea out of left field that is quite clever, but feels like it comes from nowhere pacing-wise. The Two gives his thanks, still hating the Doctor, but with one as psychotic as ever, he tells the Doctor that Esoterium isn't the only compound that can cause degeneration. So Six drops him off where he can have the option of living a good life, while Six slinks off as his old self comes near. Everything is alright in the end, Harry is very apologetic and shelves all his work, but after another good interaction from Jackie and Christina, they all forget the event ever happened, as Six swans off to the Carpalian system to find his next clue. So that was Two's Company, and I love the character interactions. And the story itself is pretty decent, but there are a lot of moments and plot turns that just really rubbed off on me the wrong way. The Two as the villain has a great performance, and the character's a good idea, but he doesn't do much and is defeated quite easily. Jackie and Christina are great together, but the ending where they supposedly forget feels so rushed. We don't get closure from their characters at all. Harry got some good scenes, but unlike with the ladies, where their great interactions become a focal point of the story, you probably could have replaced him with any other unit scientist character. Six was great, working off of the characters well, but the pacing of the episode felt a little all over the place, and it seems to be the shortest of the stories so far. That time could have been used to support the few subpar plot threads, like the Haunted Dolls. Lisa McMullen did some great things with these characters, but I feel the story might be the worst put together so far, even if it's very entertaining. And as I keep going on about how I love the character interactions of established characters, and both the idea and performance of the Two, I'll have to rate the story with maximum objectivity. So, I'll give this story, Once and Future, Part 4, Two's Company, by Lisa McMullen, a 6 out of 10. Thank you everybody so much for watching my review of Two's Company. Please like the video if you liked it, comment down below if you wish, and subscribe to the channel, and if you do, ring the notification bell so you're told every single time that I make an upload. Once again, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next review. Bye!
Toast. A little piece of toast. Because there's so much to choose from. There's brown bread, white bread, all sorts of wholemeal bread. It comes in funny packages with writing on the side.